हेलो फ्रेंड्स, आज हम बात करने वाले हैं व्हाई योर कस्टमर सेज नो टू यू। आपने लॉजिकली सारी प्रोडक्ट एक्सप्लेन कर दिए, यू गेव हिम ऑल द इंफॉर्मेशन, यू गेव ऑल द डेटा, यू गेव ऑल द प्रूफ, व्हाई योर कस्टमर इज सेइंग नो टू यू। When you are talking to customer, you are not only talking to customer, but he has a brain. So you are talking to his brain. Let us understand the intricacies of the brain and how the brain functions. When your data goes into the brain, how he uses that data, how he uses your talks. So let us go inside the brain of your customer. Number one, customer has a logical brain. So he needs all the data, all the information, how it works. He wants to see the demonstration. So what you have to do is that you have to convince him with the logic. Give him all the data, information, guidance, support, demonstration. Second, he has a emotional brain. He doesn't want to think here. He wants to feel. तो आप अपने कस्टमर को बताइए कि एवरी समर यू विल बी एंजॉइंग द बीच टाइम आफ्टर यू बाय दिस वैकेशन पैकेज. ही विल स्टार्ट फीलिंग इट. नेक्स्ट, सर्वाइवल ब्रेन. एवरीबडी हैज अ सर्वाइवल ब्रेन. नोबडी वांट्स टू टेक अ रिस्क, एंड योर कस्टमर फील्स दैट इफ he buys this product, maybe he might be criticized, maybe product might fail, there might be problems of repair, broken down. So what you have to do is you have to give him proof, reduce his risk, offer him guarantee, warranty. That will satisfy his survival brain. Next, the brain is just 2% of the body weight, but it consumes 20% energy. So brain get exhausted after using this energy. More complicated, more confusing details you start giving, his brain will get exhausted very quickly. So what you have to do here, give him simplified fact. Don't complicate. Give him the data which he can understand very easily and very simply. Next, sales is a game of attention. So what happens, the many a time when you are giving him, presenting him the data, he starts browsing the mobile. Why does he do it? Because his brain gets bored. When you don't do anything interesting, brain is like a computer. When you don't do any interesting thing, then that computer will go in a power saving mode, and the same thing happens with the brain. He starts browsing other things. So what you have to do, make it more interesting. You ask him some question. Last time when you bought this particular product, what were your expectations? आप क्या सोचते थे? What kind of results did you get? Actually, what are your concerns? Ask him the questions. He'll be compelled to answer, and his brain will wake up. Next, tell him some story. जब मैंने ये आपके कॉम्पिटिटर को ये प्रोडक्ट दी, उनका कहना ये था कि, कंटिन्यू, टेल हिम सम स्टोरी. He'll be paying full attention. So sales is a game of attention. Gain is attention. So we talked about three things mainly. We talked about the types of brain. Number one, logical brain. Explain him, give him data. Logical brain should be satisfied. Then next is emotional brain. You satisfy him by making him feel happiness. Survival brain. For that, what you have to do is reduce his risk. Brain is an energy hog. So make it very, very simple so he understands very easily and doesn't get exhausted. And lastly, pattern interrupt. If you don't do very interesting thing, he will be browsing with something else. So tell him some story, ask him some questions, and you will win every sale. Friends, just use all these techniques and tell me what you feel after using it in the comments. Ciao.